after much difficulty, as usual, we are about to start a Let's Watch, the first one in a long time. Also the first patron thing in a long time. With me here is
and
Lord
it took
Redstar.
us about 4,700 days to get shit right.
About 47 minutes, actually, isn't too far off from the truth. But, so yeah, this one we found out the hard way was not on Netflix.
Well, I mean, it is if you want to get it on. It is if you want to get it on DVD, but you know.
Oh yeah. Tried to, and then I ended up buying this thing on YouTube and tried to stream it that way, which didn't work. So now we found another pirating site, and we're going to watch it on that one. So here we have BASEketball. I know nothing about this movie other than it has Matt and Trey from South Park in it.
Yeah, it is very stupid. Apparently it's hated by a lot of people. I didn't really think that it overly was. I mean, I kind of took it as sort of something that gained a bit of a cult following, kind of like Grandma's Boy.
Alright, well, anything you want to mention about this thing before we start it?
Aside from the fact that it's all kinds of stupid, not really. It kind of hits you a bit at the start. I think it sort of like drifts away from it towards the end of it. I think that's about it. Like in terms of comedy value, but it's pretty good from the start. So
okay. All right. Well, I'm ready to begin it here. So the sync up noise for us to make sure we're watching it at the same time is going to be the same sync up noise for anybody following. So on go. 3, 2, 1, go. And we are opening with the Universal logo. Since this is not by any means an official version of this movie, I have no idea how you're going to sync this up. So yeah, good luck with that. No. I will say BEP when the movie seems to start properly. Well, here we've got some words. I will BEP when there is a scene change.
A David Zucker game. That's brilliant.
Okay. Yep. Yes. The movie, the game. It is slowly turning into a baseball.
Like literally just a basketball, but it's got the stitches on it like a baseball.
BEP. Okay.
Yeah.
I bepped as it was fading. And do the closed captions work? Let's see. I don't think the closed captions work, no.
Unfortunate. So this is intended to be like the inspirational start to create everything, and then I'd imagine this is like some kind of a trope, like some kid has a dream at the start of a film, and then the very next time you see him, he's an adult that's like a bum or some shit.
Yeah, probably.
Poor form, mate. I don't take that as an excuse.
Fades away. Shrek comes out of a freaking porta potty. Baseball is freaking boring.
You think that? Hey, at least baseball you can play inside one day. This is where the stupidity comes in.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wait for it. It's a random guy you being stretched away in the foreground. Preparation H. What in the hell is Preparation H supposed to be anyway? I mean, aside from it...
I think it's something for, like, constipation.
That makes the next time I watch Austin Powers and Goldfinger a little bit more stupid. The Cronulla Sharks moved to the Central Coast where there are no sharks. Bullshit.
So, random curiosity. Just as a random example of a person that I am talking to that isn't from the U.S., do you know where, like...
Yeah, just sort of
there's a
there.
guy's head. Okay. Like, if you were given a map of the U.S., would you know where any of the major cities are? Because I certainly don't know where they are in any other countries, but I don't know if that's just a, like, cultural
I don't
thing.
know, probably like New York or some shit, maybe possibly Miami. I don't have if I literally just got a picture of the US without like any sort of the lines to divide states and shit like that, I probably have no idea what the fuck I was looking at.
Fair enough.
Transitions into the bum, as I explained in the potential trope.
And he's being cool.
It's brilliant.
That hair. Actually, both of them are pretty good.
That could have gotten awkward a lot quicker if it wasn't those two. What are those glasses, though?
I don't know who Ernest Borgnine is, but I recognize the name from a Weird Al song.
Like, he'll appear a little bit later in the film. He's an exceedingly old person.
So, due to the nature of how we're having to record this, I have to have the audio fairly low. I'm trying to determine if their natural voices or whatever voices they're doing for this movie sound like any South Park characters.
I think it's like they're just their normal voices. You know how when you watch a movie when you're like young and then you go back to watch it when you're older and it's just like an entirely different experience?
Yeah, when you think it was, like, hilarious, then you go back and you're like, oh.
Could they have been any freaking bigger? But yeah, like, when I watched this when I was a kid, I thought that was, like, some weirdly elaborate, like, lollipop or some shit.
Oh. I like his douche scarf. or whatever the hell that
looks
thing
like a
is.
sweater of some variety. He's just wearing kind of like a cape. Lesson learned. Now this is where they just kind of wing it. This is actually the first time I've noticed the, like, very low, like, music track in the background of this scene. I always thought it was just quiet like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't hear it because I have to have it quiet.
It's very quiet. It's not meant to be like... It's meant to be like a backdrop thing.
So according to this website that we're looking at, the related movies are Exam,
Blue Velvet.
The Matrix Reloaded, Blue Velvet, Dracula's
Life
Daughter,
Itself,
Hallelujah.
Red Dog. Yeah, those look more like watermelons and meatballs to me. I mean, unless they're referring to the weird ball things that are on that table. They're non-existent meatballs, what the hell?
Okay.
I remember finding a website that's actually got like a full list of rules to this game.
Is it a legal move to just
It
randomly
kind of is.
say shit like that?
I think there's like I think there is like a line that you can't really cross, and this will be shown later on in the film itself. But something like what they're doing is obviously fine. Double play. Epic face incoming. That face is brilliant.
I'm getting a very Bill and Ted vibe from them. And if I had ever actually seen Dumb and Dumber, I'd probably get a vibe of that too.
I think I may have seen bits and pieces of Dumb and Dumber, but I don't think I saw the whole film. And I don't think I've seen anything of Bill and Ted. Insert tertiary character. I'm not even sure if that's the correct term. Yeah.
I like how he's like 3 feet tall. And it has pulled in episode 1. And now it has pulled a Ferris Bueller. Alternatively, he could just turn off their gas and
Not with
leave.
a dog like that. You could tell from the tatty clothes you got enough of a rinsing from it the first time.
So the entire game is literally just making free
Yeah.
throws.
But of course, there's like certain points. Like if you score a single, you get someone on first base. Double makes 2 bases, and there's like a home run and shit. It's surprising.
I think the
For
Bliss
something
Mark should be part
for
of the game.
something that seems so similar, it's actually quite elaborate. Brilliant.
I like how this movie is just kind of going nowhere.
Yeah, it kind of is for this opening sort of chunk.
I actually like movies that have no purpose, so that's fine.
Just in case you thought this guy could catch a break.
Okay.
They sure are the shirts. Foreshadowing. Anyways. Skins. That in itself is actually, I believe, a rule. You actually have to, like, because like the other team, like when you're like when it's your turn to shoot, the other team's got 2 other players, and they actually have to take an attempt. Like if it hits the rim and bounces away, you have to, like the other 2 players have to have a crack at it before you can take another crack at actually hitting it. And as long as it doesn't hit the floor, it's still in play.
Yeah, it looks like you have to like throw it while you're in midair or something.
AKA Ernest Borgnine. That face. It's brilliant. I get the impression that bird's just sort of superimposed there.
Yeah, it didn't look
Yeah.
entirely like it belonged.
That face is brilliant, though. Yes.
Dramatically looks a way to say this. They seemed fine a minute ago, and then
Yeah,
they just all started
stupid.
falling for some reason.
Random transition. And now everything's like... End of sentence.
So wait, how much time has passed since the beginning now?
That was a 5-year transition, and I think it was like... The other one was like... Wasn't it like 3...
There was like 3 months, and then I thought there was like another one.
It's probably like... Maybe another... 6 or something like that. I've got no idea. Squeak little bitch, Scolari. Also, fake audience.
Oh, I wasn't looking. I'm just gonna call that guy Doug Dimmadome.
Lovely piece of info there, mate.
The random barrel mascot is the best.
What I don't understand is, like, when you go to the triple square, it's, like, slanted like that, but the single and double aren't. I don't really get what the hell that's supposed to be for. Jesus. Yeah, that thing does not look anything like one of those pocket TVs. That thing does not look anything like one of those pocket TVs. It looks like a...
Yeah, the picture that was showing up on it looked
It
like
looked
it was
like
way
a.
too
It looked like
good
just
quality.
a radio you'd have on, like, your bedside table or something like that. Turns out it's just an early version of the Teachy TV. Yes.
Stupid TG TV. What's with the random, like, iron
I think it's
ring
like
around
a
it?
practice thing. I've got no idea.
I like how the garage is actually part of
Yeah,
the
I think
game.
it's just there for like decorative purposes or something like that. But it kind of does get it kind of does get a little bit more involved than that in certain scenes. Dingleberry. I don't get why things like that just make you fall over like an idiot.
Yeah, I'd think if anything, he'd probably just, like, drop it and run over there. I don't know. But then that wouldn't be stupid.
That's It's not even singing.
Well, good to see everybody brought dozens of eggs.
I get the impression that, like, the Bears haven't actually won a title as of yet. Because, like, this is the fourth... This is, like, the fourth decider. I get the impression...
I like the badly edited in hot dog.
Notice the cup on the left, that it has the bowl on top of it from, like, the shirt's win. Winner's warm douche.
Why do they just have loser shirts?
Probably just...
Like, are you just required to put that on if you lose the game?
Probably just, like, to make fun of the, idea that people, like, before, like, a big game, deciding a trophy or something like that, like, they make the shirts that are like, yay, we won! I like the Bears mascot just taking a piss. Very elaborate. But, yeah, like, you have a team, and then it's just like, yeah, we're gonna make a whole line of shirts so that when we win, we just like put these on and shit like that, and then you lose, and it's just like, oh shit. I do not understand what the hell this is doing here, but it's stupid.
Yeah, I don't think hot tubs work that way. Oh wait, is that supposed to be a giant? What the hell is that thing? Okay. No, I don't accept that. I don't know what the hell that thing was.
It's yet another reminder, in case you were wondering if there was going to be any let up for the poor bugger.
When did this movie come out? Okay, that's... I thought it was earlier than that, and I'm like... I was picturing this as like either early 90s or late 80s, and I was just like... surprised that they were already making stupid like PC jokes like that. And we have
Dallas.
a riot for some reason.
It just is Dallas. Must mention the hairpiece. Bequeath. There's something off about that, just when he said that it's photocopied. Just sort of breaks.
Now that the movie is actually trying to have a plot, I'm trying to desperately, like, pay attention to what's actually happening. And I think I may have, like, missed important... I don't know.
Well, I was about to...
That is the side effect of not being
mention
able to hear
him
the
saying
movie.
something like he doesn't know what he had against making money, and was just like, well, the dead guy was a billionaire. I don't think he'd need much more money considering, you know, he's old. Seriously, the best thing he could get with his money is like a facelift or something.
And stock
Yes.
crowd effect.
Yeah, 3 months. Idiot. 3 months. Well, there's your plot point.
Also, you have to stay
Yes.
one night at this haunted mansion.
I think that character's meant to be like, kind of like a parody of Anna Nicole Smith.
And that same sound effect.
Must make a mention to I have crabs.
Yes.
Yes.
Best email address.
The reaction of the person in the back in that earlier scene. Just like, ah. So guess what? She's laying some carpet.
I see. I have no idea what the hell is going on in this movie anymore.
God.
So I will take this time to mention the incredibly stupid game that I came up with and never played because it would be very elaborate. It's basically volleyball, but you have trampolines for floors, and you use a balloon instead of a ball, and you hit the balloon with a rubber chicken.
That is excellent.
It's a slightly useless game.
I must now
but I
reference
would like
the
to see it be
offhand
done.
rubber chicken weapon from RuneScape. It is literally what it says on the tin.
Okay.
What is that supposed to be? Anyway, like a piece of chocolate or something?
Possibly chewing tobacco. Either way, it was kind
Yeah.
of disgusting and unnecessary.
It's not a single line and then just references how sitcoms are like pretty much the same as each other.
What the fuck? Okay.
Not the one guy just randomly cooking chicken.
Yeah. The distraction aspect of this game seems a little bit unnecessary. I don't know. What the fuck? It's still going.
Orange.
I like to imagine that when filming this scene, they just had people standing by to throw chickens in front of the camera.
I like how was quite clearly implied that he wiped the chicken shit off him, and then it's still on his fingers.
The fuck is going on
Just
in
a
the
machine.
background?
It's like a machine, a gigantic chicken vacuum that for some reason kills the chickens. It's morbid when you think about it. It's kind of depressing. Now I feel enlightened. That machine is like a visual representation of Pikmin. I think. Because it kind of looks cool. It looks cool, it looks elaborate, but its main purpose is just kind of morbid when you think about it.
Yeah, I suppose so.
So anyways, I mentioned earlier about the whole line that you shouldn't cross thing when doing psych-outs. This is that example.
What did he do?
It was it was like meant to be like a gay joke or some shit, and even though he missed it because it wasn't like, I don't know, PC or some shit. Hang on.
I feel like the random milk spraying probably could have been considered as going too far, since that's like directly harassing the person.
Well, no, there's one later that's even more direct, but that one's sort of like you're not supposed to be physical with the other person. Like, you're not supposed to like just like punch them in the face, obviously. I guess they consider spraying someone in the face with milk about as physical as water gun. Yes. That was brilliant. What the hell is duality? Duality.
Hmm?
What's a
Wait,
vagina?
what did he ask? Hopefully the recording does not pick up too much audio. I'm having to turn it up.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, it could well, because I think I'm picking up the audio from your end. It's very, very light. It's like barely noticeable, but
Okay.
I just sort of notice small.
And I think unless it picks up like a song or something, I don't think it'll matter. Because we had the one we did for the Willy Wonka remake got taken off because it picked up the songs and stuff like that. Actually, we have like a whole bunch of them that never got uploaded. I don't remember which ones went up and which didn't.
Those flesh-eating fish would be killed almost instantaneously from the chlorine.
Clearly, that was the only unrealistic thing about this.
That face reminds me of the Nostalgia Critics Judge Dredd review. It's like, Officer Judson reporting for duty. Yeah.
I don't think I remember that review too much.
I think it was the first ever Nostalgia Critic review I watched. Yeah.
And they just spend time looking at laundry, okay.
Now, I wouldn't consider myself like a clean freak, but I kind of have reservations
Yeah,
about
that was
that,
pretty
just
terrible,
eating
though.
a sandwich with your hands covered in oil. Just in case you thought the movie would give him a break. You do not need any words to describe how messed up this is.
Most worthless show of all time.
A corner! Let's play a drinking game. Every time a fight breaks out on Jerry Springer, we take a drink.
Was that actually a line from the series?
It's meant to sort of... I don't think it was directly a line from the series, but I remember like one of the anniversary specials where like Merritt kept coming up with drinking games. Like every time the zombie kid said brains, take a drink, and then he just stopped saying brains. Every time you see a gay clown take a drink, but the only gay clown was killed by the Pharaoh.
Yeah. It's been forever since I've gone through that. I should probably look at it again. I tried to get Brenna to watch DBZ Abridged. She just didn't really want to try it, though.
It's unfortunate, because that series seems to get like better and better. I get the impression that when somebody creates something, someone else comes around and sort of like perfects it. I've noticed it a lot with sport, but I think like the same things happen with abridging. So he is drunk off his face. He has a game to play, and now he has to hit 3 home runs.
Okay, so is he gonna get killed somehow, or...
Who, the boy or
I
the
don't
guy
even
that was
freaking
wearing
know.
the badge on his chest?
Old the kid.
About the garage doors being involved. I like how there's just a bunch of crap in there. This was back before Robert Downey Jr. was like super duper famous. You can see the hair on its arms.
So they don't have distractors this time?
I think it's just more for the purpose of the film to be stupid. Not that they actually need much of a distractor, considering he's pissed off his face.
Yeah.
Also, he missed.
What the fuck? Oh my god. This is so bad. I'm fully expecting douche guy to get thrown into the soiled laundry since there's no other reason for it to be in the background.
Well played.
Yep.
That being said, it is his fault for maintaining contact with the patient while he's getting the shit shocked out of him.
What?
Straight into the power outlet.
What the fuck is going on in this movie? What?
That was
Why
brilliant.
was that so funny? It was the most useless thing. How?
I think he was like in that room because he had just had it or something like that. Character development. Lol. And he doesn't get paid for it. Probably in a dumpster.
Yeah.
I get the impression that he may have like dyed his hair for this movie. I'm not entirely sure if that's supposed to be.
And
Oh,
headbutt.
who cares?
Headbutt. Oh.
Sock face. I like how Squeak's just wearing one of those neck brace things. That ah. Just Don.
Like, I'm not even paying attention, and I feel like I'm following the plot better than he was. God, what the fuck is this?
Every time someone in this film says, dude, we take a drink.
I believe this is the point where everybody passes out. Everybody passes out.
This is the point where what? Good distraction. You did well. Is this a legitimate song, or is this like a parody song?
I think it is a legitimate song. I think it's...
Because this seems like a good moment to use like the montage song from Team America.
Jeez.
Or something similar.
That face. Needless to say, this is not correct in terms of following the rules. You see, there when he hits the floor, it actually makes sense. Okay, she said that she's the director of that foundation, and he's just like, I know 6 men on their board of directors. Right. The faces were brilliant.
I liked the hot dog launching out of buns sound effect. That was a classic.
That's like one of those actors that you see in, like, some random movie, but you just, like, either don't ever remember him, or he's just sort of like, brain stops working. Like, I know he was in the Street Fighter movie. That's about it. I think it was like knitting.
Somebody pick up the mascot
Yes.
and dump beer all over him. I think the background and stuff has been the
kind of
best
has
part
been,
of this
yes.
movie. The
Yeah.
random chickens everywhere are still the greatest.
But the fact that he's, like, attached to, like, wires or something is...
Yeah.
And he just has one of those stupid bloody, like, microphone things. I've never understood why he just randomly calls him Don.
What the hell is going on? I feel like that's been my only contribution this whole time. It's just me, like, being more
Astounded.
and more, like, yeah.
Also, Scatman. The hell is that hair?
It's the best hair.
It's like that one Halloween photo you refused to show. It's like that one Halloween photo that you refused to show with, like, the stupid wig.
I want to see that part. So they have their neon sign set up with sound
I think
effects.
so. It's pretty clear by that. So the regular season's 6 months, the playoffs are 9 months.
God.
Quoting at least 20% of Bodhi's Twitch chat. Calls him a sellout. It's like quoting about 20% of Bodhi's Twitch chat.
Oh. I'm sorry, I hate to keep having to ask you to repeat stuff. I should probably fix the volume balance on this, now that we're, like, practically done with the movie. Let me do that real quick. What the hell was that voice? That was very Garrison.
Don't eat cheese before noon. What?
Yeah, I don't think I've heard that one. I like
Yeah.
how they were naked in that entire scene.
Big fucker. That's brilliant. I'd probably consider this to be my favourite part of the film. Yeah.
Like this part right now.
It's a great car. That was a brilliant song.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It's
What the
India.
hell is this? Did they just balance Christmas trees on their head? Like, what the hell was that?
That was. Like I was just smoking a cigarette.
Suddenly the movie has become even stranger somehow.
Perennial. Like his face. Looks like he's done a bunch of clue scrolls in RuneScape. I dare say that this is like a trope as well.
Well, I'm fully expecting them to make a miraculous comeback in the second half and then, like, get one with the last, like, millisecond of the game left or whatever.
I think that's kind of what the tropes sort of entails.
Yeah. What the fuck is going on?
The pineapple suit is the best.
It is pretty great.
They're just sort of there like, seriously? This is what we have to do. Random motivational speech. More like more like inspirational speech. Yeah, I like the microphone.
Oh, so now the talking wow, I can't talk. Now the talking cheese is going to preach to us.
A wild lump of cheese appeared. Kind of fits that this speech comes from the one person that's copped a lot of crap in this film.
And he's gonna get launched.
Solid. Just in case you thought that the film was going to give this guy a break.
I knew the fireworks were going to come into play somehow. Let's see.
Oh, hi, Titanic reference. Under a closed roof.
Every time they say dude. Okay, no.
I like that rescue guy's reaction.
Let's see.
I believe
How
the
many
score
points
was
are they
16
behind?
nothing.
But now they have the
Yes.
power of heart.
So which of us is going to harass the shit out of Marty? Which of us is going to harass the shit out of Marty? I like the sound he made. Reminds me a bit of ha.
The like
Yes.
the ha noise from Barker the Big Tip, or
It kind of sounded like that.
yes. Why the hell are they just the felons?
I think all the states and the cities and teams and like that are supposed to like have references, like Roswell's in New Mexico, which I think is supposed to be like somewhere around about where Area 51 is, hence why they were called the aliens. And then use it
Right.
Jersey informants as like, I don't know, something to do with like crime or some shit. Gotta have the Cartman impression there. The Cartman. just gotta have the random Cartman cameo.
I'm trying to remember when South Park came out. It was like 90... like 95, 96. Like, so it
Yeah.
had been a few years by this, I guess.
And then what?
But it was my favorite character.
Something else that I'm thinking is a trope, just last hurdle and then just sort of like loses confidence.
God damn it.
Also the part...
Have you ever seen any of the Kung
I
Fu
don't believe I've
sports
ever heard of
movies?
them.
There's like Shaolin Soccer. I forget what the basketball one is called, but there's a few of them. Those things are freaking amazing. They're just incredibly over-the-top Chinese kung fu movies, but like they're also sports movies at the same time. So it's like these people with freaking like DBZ style powers
Nice.
just playing soccer.
The only thing I know of Shaolin Soccer is that it's an M of a fatality in Mortal Kombat.
And then he misses the shot, and then the movie just abruptly ends. That would actually be pretty
No,
excellent
misses
if
and
that
then
happened.
he chokes on a hot dog.
Yes.
And as it has been said for the last, like, nearly 5 years... Damn it.
Did I
You
miss a
may
reference
have.
there, or...
Also, angle. You can just tell from the angle that it was going to just about miss.
Yeah.
So about that foreshadowing. That face.
Face.
I like how we reacted to that at the exact same time.
Oh, no. And freeze frame ending. No.
We still have to have our obligatory, like, celebratory, like, yay.
Are there any sports movies that don't have the comeback ending? Like, even the parody ones, like, you'd think
I
that they
have
would
no
invert
idea.
that.
I don't think I've watched many sports movies, if at all.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not particularly interested in them, but I know of, like, the major ones. The trope exists for a reason. It's because it's common as shit.
Yes.
Had to bring that character back. I hope there's a what happened to them later style ending that shows what happens to.
I don't think there is.
Mascot.
No, there's not. There probably should have been, but there is instead a cameo. Just out of nowhere.
God damn it! Seriously.
Probably like prediction on their part. They're probably thinking like, okay, that's probably the best joke. I mean, they could have easily just put him into the bloody chicken vacuum, but
Yeah, just have the chicken machine go by in the background.
the thing is, I know when they put the chickens in the machine, only the feathers came out. Which makes me think about how elaborate it is. Because if it just gets rid of the feathers, it probably just plucks all the feathers and then chops its head off while it's in the machine. And it just sort of stores it. God, that's morbid. Yes.
And freeze frame ending.
With American.
America, yeah.
Now, must now, like, make a reference to Nostalgia Chick's Matilda review. I think that, like,
don't remember
ended,
too much about
just
that
about
one.
ended with, like, a motivational speech with the American flag in the background.
Okay. Real Big Fish
Yes.
by Real Big Fish. I was going to ask earlier, I'm like, if that's not a real band, that should
it really
be.
should be.
Apparently it is.
Actually, I think Real Big...
Well, apparently it
Yeah,
is,
it
according
is.
to the credits. Unless it existed specifically for
Look,
this,
I'm,
but yeah.
I'm almost certain it is. Now that I think about it. Monty Cox. What the hell?
Alright, well, that was a movie.
It did indeed exist.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that one. It was, it had its moments, but, I think that thing you said at the beginning about, like, the way you remember it as a kid compared to, like, later on kind of applies to this one, because there were definitely a lot of really freaking
Yeah,
stupid
pretty
parts.
For me, I think it was just a nostalgic value, because since, like, the first time I saw it, I was, like, 8.
Yeah.
For some reason, it still manages to hold up, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's movies that I have the same opinion on. I just am trying to think of some offhand. Because, I just remember when I was at my cousin's house as a kid, I saw Freddy Got Fingered, and we thought that was, like, the dopest shit. And that's basically, like, considered to be the worst movie of all time. So,
Jeez.
yeah, that movie is really fucking bad, but when you are, like, 13 and you're like, I don't know, I guess it's like that feeling of like I shouldn't be watching this and it is terrible,
Yeah.
therefore it is hilarious. I don't know.
I can't remember if I ever went through a phase like that.
I think mine was fairly short-lived. I don't remember seeing any other movies that were god-awful like that one. I've seen like Joe Dirt, but that's not as bad.
That's another nostalgic thing for me, because it's just, I tend to keep watching these. Like, I had a habit when I was a teenager, like, in order to help me get to sleep, I just have a movie running on repeat in the background. And so I just wake up and then we're just partway through a movie and it's just like, wait, what the hell? Alright then.
Any kind of after credits thing on this one? Or?
Nothing really.
It's only got like 2 minutes
I got
anyway,
like
so
no idea.
Computer graphics animation by Banned from the Ranch
Nice.
Entertainment.
I just sort of like paused the video because it was just credits. So
Oh, yeah.
that's all it. It is what it is. So. This is the part that I suck at when making recordings, is just like winding it down and bringing it to an end. Yeah.
Just how to end it, yeah. Yeah, that's why that's exactly why I just have like, well,
Just
okay, and
yeah,
like,
yeah,
because
just
there's really no
abrupt end.
other way to end stuff. Okay, right now the credits are going through the list of songs that were in the movie, and there's one called
Yeah, that's
Warts
that
on My
one
Dick.
when he was driving to the airport. Yes.
I like how that's the title of it. Excerpt from Women Who Run with the Wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't freaking know. But no, the best way to end a video is clearly by just pointing at a jar of horseradish that's been in your basement for
Okay,
20
then.
years. That was
Fair enough.
it was a JonTron review. There's just a jar of horseradish that is like
old.
in his basement, and apparently it was there when he moved in, and he just points the camera at it. It's like, there's a jar of horseradish here, and it's scary, and then the video
Nice.
ends. So
Disk space remains for recording 248 hours and 51 minutes. Nice to know I have surplus, I guess.
there is an after the credits thing. They said dude a lot, and then we're going to make out.
Okay. I may have forgotten
Wasn't that worth it? Alright, well, I still haven't ended my recording. I don't know if you
I'm
did,
still
but
back. Sort of waiting for
Okay.
like the official like outro saying, "Yay, this is a film."
yep. Indeed.
Unless you
Words.
have passed out from the dude drinking game, in which case you will not really hear anything about this unless you decide to not play that game. I don't know anybody would ever be stupid, but
Anyway, I guess just for anybody who did watch this, if you are in the higher donation tiers and have... Jesus, I'm like hiccuping. Okay. If you're in the higher tiers and have not gotten your like one-on-one thing done yet, definitely do contact me, because it's been a long time since I've actually uploaded one of these things, and I know there's still a lot I have to get to. It's just... I am not really the one that should be initiating those, because it really just depends on everyone else's schedule. So feel free to let me know, and
just try to make
Yeah.
peace with the
That's
try to
about
make
it.
peace with the fact that it may take 4 months to get a response.
I might be a little bit terrible.